Hello again, everyone. How's it going? Happy Friday. We're back for some more Lego building. Nice to have a distraction from losing all of our money. So we are on bag number 16, working on the back of the typewriter. So let's go ahead and start pouring the pieces out. So how's everyone doing today? Alright, I got some big bricks here. Let me pull those out. There we go. So there is a LEGO Ideas contest on right now to make a nostalgia model based on basically any old Lego. I'm gonna really try to get some things submitted. You can submit more than one, so I want some cheese sticks. I haven't had any in a little while. We have to make this last. We don't know when we will get more Lego again. The good news is that I have a bit of a backlog on that front. And I did just order the Lego Shire set, so there's that. But yeah, pretty soon I don't know I'm going to be getting too many new Lego sets. All right, let's see. Start out with that and dark orange. So I got a lot of ideas, but I need to make something that stands out. That's kind of the problem. Catchy, unique, something like that. Get it to really shine. And that I'm not so sure that I can do. Submit something to force them to bring back Sand Red. Well, so again, the bad news is that they have kind of said that only current parts are allowed. I don't know how specific that is. Like, I don't know if they'll do recolors or if you're limited to like literally in production. But I don't know how to test that either. So submit just a cookie. Lego's never really done a cookie set, so it's not exactly something that I could just submit. But I'm thinking about, like, I got some various ideas, like basically trying to reimagine old sets, kind of like the what they did with the Blacktron, the pair of Blacktron sets, the put that back there. Lion Knight's Castle, that kind of thing. But at the same time, we're limited to 250 pieces, 200 to 250 pieces. So that's kind of an issue too. And is also kind of an issue. So I got some castle ideas. There's some town stuff that I might do. A pirate set or two that I want to do. I really want to do a Paradisa-related thing, and I really need to think about how I could do something interesting with that. Because that is a theme that needs some love and remembrance. But if I do finish anything, I will absolutely post it on the Discord, because I will be begging people to go vote if it does get into the finals. Which I doubt it would, but you never know. You never know. No Jack Stone nostalgia? Oh, man. Farron. That's such a good idea. That's such a good, bad idea. Oh my god. I should totally do that. Wonder, no, so it needs to be, I mean, 200 to 250 pieces, and B, it has to be nostalgia for old sets in some way. In some way. Like, let me see what the, thing says. That is not it. Alright. So, personalize it. This is your chance to make a timeless LEGO set feel brand new. Perhaps you'll update the design with modern pieces or incorporate new building techniques. Maybe you'll take on a nostalgia theme like LEGO Town, creating new lore and settings with a 21st century feel. Let your creativity flow. Perhaps you'll upgrade a classic space set with futuristic elements or reimagine an iconic castle with modern-day nobility. Don't be afraid to think big as you tap into your nostalgia. Of course, again, it's limited to 250 parts. Let's see. So, be between 200 and 250 pieces. Be inspired by a LEGO set. Only reference LEGO themes such as Ninjago, a Bionicle, Castle Space, etc. Do not reference any third-party IPs, etc. Use only available LEGO elements. If you want to recreate a childhood dream set that uses elements that no longer are available, like Bionicle or Fabuland, please try using different elements or different building techniques. So the builds will be evaluated on overall coolness and originality, 25%, inspired details, 25%, relevance to theme, 25%, and best use of LEGO elements, 25%. So, I'm not saying I'm screwed, but I'm screwed. But, yeah. I'm kind of screwed. But I'm going to try. I really do want to do something, because I've been meaning to try to dive into some of these challenges. The likelihood of winning is low, but the rewards are pretty high, so... You know. It would be exciting to have. Howdy, G1 Artemis Prime. Someone did say cheese sticks, yes, and they didn't share. Because I don't have any right now. The Twitch channel is called the Cheese Stick Merchants of Tamriel. That's adorable. The reward is unimaginable fame. There is an element of fame, yes. There is an element of fame. Your cat wouldn't share the cheese sticks anyway. Bad kitty. Share. The internet does not have teleport abilities? I mean, I think that's just because you're not trying hard enough. I'm just saying. Are you really trying? If I win, you will know my name. Yes, you will know the name of the king. That is true. That is very true. So I got a few ideas flitting around. I just need to make them up and then make them look good. But like, there's an element of you know, wanting to choose something that other people aren't likely to choose, kind of thing. It's kind of why I want to do Paradisa. I also want to do redo a Scala or a Belleville set using Friends figures. I think that would be really cool. we go. Get that on there. Isn't that code for being murdered? Maybe. You'll just have to know the name of the king to find out. Alright, 1 by 10. Plates. Lassie subscribed for 6 months. 6 months in advance for 40 months. Nice. Thank you very much. Good way to get a bit of a discount on the subscriptions, that's for sure. Thank you very much. Don't be Scar, then long live the king? No, 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 no. No, it has to be you will know the name of the king. What's a little homicide between friends? Really? Really? Oops, got to mute my other machine. There we go. But yeah, so like I'm trying to think of something, you know, some interesting things to do with old castle sets. I have a pirate set or two that I'd like, you know, that I could do. I don't know if submitting a lot will reduce your likelihood of being selected. And I am a little bit worried about that. So it is possible that I will put up some ideas before, like, some prototypes before I actually submit things to see what people think. And, like, maybe just put up the best things. Figured you'd do it proper. You said it before, but these days with work, you can't watch the streams often with time zone differences. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that there isn't a good time for everyone. There are 3 different colors here. At least there are VODs. Let's see. Oh, just a 1x2 here, and a 1x6 over here. Alright. Slight differences on either side. There can be a good time for everyone if people just use time travel. It's true. True. It is true. Just need one time zone for the entire world? Yeah, exactly. Howdy, Red Hyena. How's it going? You're grateful for the VODs? Excellent. I'm glad for that. I do appreciate when people watch them. And I do get, you know, if you've already seen the stream, not watching the VOD. I get that. I don't usually do that either, unless it's a situation of, like, going back to rewatch it, which I do sometimes. But yeah, so I'm trying to be stingy on part usage with some of the stuff that I'm doing. But the like the Belleville set, I haven't decided on what I would do. The Scala set, I know which one I would do. There's a pool set that I have, which has a neat raised base plate. And I will do like a brick-built version of that. I don't know how I do the inflatable dolphin, though. Time travel would be a recipe for disaster. But would we even know if it happened? Someone needs to submit the Fabuland AT-AT. So the problem with that is that it uses both outside IP and it uses parts that aren't available anymore. And it's a little bit on the large side. Fabuland in space, though, would be interesting. If you could do it, if you could swing it. Yeah, FuncoLand, I think, wasn't that a retail, like a computer game retail, video game retail company? You'd know if it had happened because all the ham would be replaced with pickles? Oh, God. No, that's only if one of my viewers traveled through time. Got bought out by GameStop, that's right. Hey, the future didn't refuse to change once. There we go. I have no idea what this is, but it is going right there. There we go. Got bought by Babbage's, then GameStop. Corporate mergers. Said nothing bad happened in Chrono Trigger. I know. Like I said, the future never refused to change. Nothing, because nothing bad happened. I hope you're enjoying it. That in there. Let's see. Now another 3L axle. Did I show the alternate endings? You mean you haven't watched my Chrono Trigger LP? Is that what you're telling me? I'm so disappointed. What do you mean you don't have unlimited time? What do you mean you don't have unlimited time to watch every LP that I've ever made? This is unacceptable, sir. Unacceptable. I think you know what you need to do this weekend. You're no chronomancer? I mean, have you tried being one? Because that sounds like quitter talk. Alright, let's see. Okay, that does move, alright? You've tried and it didn't work. Well, I think you should try again. Okay. So we got this. And that is going to go connect in here. And that comes down right there. And I never got these two 1x2 plates on. Oops. There we go. Okay. Alright. We get the 7L axle with an axle connector and a 3L axle. And 2 1x1s. Alright. Slot that in there. So I think this is going to be like the first of the hammers, the keys, whatever they're called. I'm not sure what they're called on a typewriter. The little arms. Travels through time to change time, so Breath of Fire was the Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy was the Breath of Fire. I'm not sure that you could do that. I don't know that that is something that you could change. Alright, pair of arches right there and there. And 1x2... 1x4 tiles, there and there. There we go. Is there a specific model of a typewriter this is based off of? If they said, I missed it, but I don't think so. I think it's just kind of a generic, probably early to mid-century typewriter. Alright, spare parts. We've got a sand green 1x1 plate, a gray 1x1 tile, and a gray Technic bushing. Alright, bags number 7 coming up next. There we go. They probably would have needed to license a specific model of typewriter, unless it was especially out of date. Also, this is a really neat shock absorber. I have some old classic shock absorbers, and I love them. Not that I have any real use for them, but this is one where the spring is contained. The old ones would have the spring right here. You need to watch Top Secret and other Kilmer movies this weekend? I mean, you have 2 eyes. You have 2 ears. Let's see, how many of these shock absorbers do we have? 4 of them. Neat. Very neat. They're a lot bigger than the other ones. There's probably another shock absorber that LEGO makes, too. I doubt this is the only one. I wonder if they brought in, like, the Technic team to work on this, because of how much Technic there is on it. Lord knows I wouldn't be able to do something like this. My skill with Technic is, shall we say, not good. The color reminded you of an IBM model? Well, I'm sure they're inspired by actual models. But yeah, I don't think it's specifically intended to be a particular model. Okay, so that goes right there. Clark Nova. Okay, some T-beams. 4L axle. I think secretly Ald got this for the Trove of Sand Green. That was a bonus point. I didn't get it because of that, but I did get it in part because of that. But like I've said before, like, I like Technic, I just don't care for vehicles that much, and that's mostly what Technic is. So this is like the perfect kind of Technic set for me, because you're getting all of this machinery in a non-car chassis. You had a great birthday on Wednesday. You went and had breakfast with Dad, picked up some magic stuff at the hobby shop. Nice. I'm glad you had a good birthday. And happy birthday once again. Not that one. I need the 4L axle with stop right through there. And the 8-tooth gear. That on there, and the 24-tooth gear, which the 8-tooth gear has seen some changes over the years, where the teeth kind of have a long base, but this is pretty much what the 24-tooth gear has always been, although I think there were axle holes here on these parts, and I think they filled them in to make this a little bit stronger, although I've never had one break on me. There we go. Okay, 2 more T-beams. Clark Nova was the name of the typewriter hallucination of Bill Lee, the main character insert of William S. Burroughs in the movie Naked Lunch. Ah, I don't think I've seen that one. Remember really wanting the Lego Mindstorm stuff back in the days? Yeah, I've gotten some of that, never with the intention of doing big stuff, just like kind of little program stuff, and I never got around to it, and then they've, like, discontinued it all now. That, I think, is a real shame. They went open source, and that really made it powerful. And now it's just kind of no more. It wouldn't surprise me if they do more in the future, because I think it was quite popular and everything. Alright, there's our bevel gear in there. Okay. Yellow beam. Howdy, Vigistry, how's it going? I shudder to think of what will happen with the price of Pick-a-Brick with the tariffs now. Feel like it's a bit hard to compete with all the Raspberry Pi stuff. Well, but like it's specifically Lego. Like Raspberry, like the point wasn't to. Okay, down there. I don't think the point was ever to compete with that kind of stuff. There we go, get that on there. Like, I'm not sure if you could use Raspberry Pi for Lego without a Mindstorms brick. And flashed with a different open source OS, which is something that they have done. Oh, and that's before tariffs hit, Ice7. Get that on there. Get this on here. Alright, where is... There it is. Okay, get that. Get that in here. Get a pin connector. Okay, that's on there. That goes here. Okay, it doesn't actually direct you to put these through here. So I'm like looking at this and then moving it here and I'm like, oh, right, I gotta put that on first. What we need is an Oreo pie. Cheesecake. Nothing but cheesecake. What are my opinions on the Switch 2 itself? And I have not paid any attention because I probably won't get it right away. Very, very unlikely that I would get it right away. Not for anything bad, but I don't think I'd have anything to play right away on it. I haven't really looked at what launch titles are supposed to be. Okay, connect that in there. And then we need the 5L axle and another bevel gear in here. There are a lot of posters here. Which one bothers you the most? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, and then there's a saw blade here that needs to go this way. All right. So I'm not sure what is going to be moving all of this. Put that up there for now. I love building weird Technic things and just being like, I don't know what any of this does. Oh, gotcha. All right. Alright, so we got that there, and then we get one of these bits on here. Technic pieces always have very precise, descriptive names like Connector 01, Connector 02, Connector 03, Connector 04. So it's great when you're building. You're like, so we'll put this thing on here. Yep, see, like this thing on here, and another one of the things on over here. There we go. Howdy, Lord Canis. How's it going? Okay, another pair of Technic pins, friction pins. The digital family unit nowadays, chatting to one another through someone else's stream. Yep, yep. I mean, it used to be that you would shout, like, hey, what do you think about this, across the house? But now you can just, like, text them or be in a Discord together or something like that. It's great. Great. Be in someone's streaming chat room, you know. Looking at some of these pieces, you're just like, what the heck is that? Yeah, I know. Like, there are so many Technic connector pieces now. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Like, and you would think that some of them would be pretty specialized, and yet, like, this one here, and this one here, and yet they get a lot of use. They get a lot of use, surprisingly. Alright, lime green 3L. Half beams. You still do. Well, I mean, but you're in the you're in the chat room right now, so that's fine. Okay, connector on there. It's extra weird when you know what everything else is. It's familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. Yeah. I mean, I've looked at, there's a website called New Elementary, which talks about new pieces in upcoming sets and things like that. And because of that, they look at Technic sets that I have not, like, this isn't technically a Technic set. It is a Technic set in how much of it is Technic. But that's just kind of a coincidence sort of thing. I haven't built a full-sized Technic set in, oh, geez, I want to say like 15, 20 years. And to look at some of the parts in them now, like the website will do, let's see, yeah, okay, that's fine. It talks about new parts and recolors. And it's interesting to, like, I'll start with the new parts, and I'm like, oh, those are some interesting new parts. And then there'll be, like, recolors, and I'll be like, I have never seen any of these before in my life. Where did they come from? Okay, so there. How am I connecting? Ah, here. I prefer it when you have, like, the instructions, and it's like, it has them right here, and it'll have the lines connecting in these two. Like, pointing, so it's like, you know, put it in like that. Okay, so this is going to be a, like... Alright, it's a clutch type thing. So you can easily move this way, it cannot move that way. You got a single Technic set as a kid in the 90s and that's all experience you have? Oh man. That might be before beams. Like, they've gone from... I don't have any Technic pieces out. But like in the 80s and I think most of the 90s, you had the Technic bricks with the Technic holes in them, and you'd have these Technic plates. And like, this is what most of the Technic sets were made of. So you had the studs exposed everywhere, and now it's all these parts and huge panel pieces. Alright, black bevel gear. Slide that in there. I think that's a 12-tooth. And there are parts that they've replaced. Like, this isn't what the 80s bevel gears looked like. They didn't have these double bevel gears. They had crown gears, which had the same number of teeth as these, 24, but they kind of, you know, poke up like that, so you can get a turn. So it would be like this kind of shape. You know, get gearing at right angles. Now they have these bevel gears for that. I think because they felt that those, the teeth sticking up were too fragile. Howdy, Mr. Wolverine. How's it going? Alright, take 2 of the shock absorbers. See, like, these big shock absorbers are completely new for me. Technically... 1, 2, 3, 4... and then including the spring, 5 different parts altogether. The old ones were 3 parts including the spring. Oh, alright. Double these up. It's going well. Been in Copenhagen this evening. Nice. All right. .6L axle. Do this. I need the 4L axle with stop. All right, it looks like 2 and then 3. There we go. Then we get the bevel gear on here. Oh, thank you very much for those 1,000 bits, G1 Artemis Prime. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. There we go. Slide that through there. That will be going towards getting new computer equipment, which, you know, with tariffs, who knows how that's going to go. Who knows? All right. So that goes in right there. Okay. So we're going to get some more gearing up here, I believe. Oh, right. That's literally the exact next step. The exact next step. we go, and 8 tooth right there. There we go. Okay, I have slightly locked it in. There we go. It's okay, Bahamut. It's from both you and Vig, but Vig doesn't do the newfangled digital stuff. That's perfectly fine. I really do appreciate that. Okay, I'm assuming that this is connecting in here. Okay, let's get that on. Getting this part in. Okay, there's that. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Very, very weird to get that on. It's just cramped, and I don't necessarily know exactly where they were going, and there's no good place to push down on it, that kind of thing. You realize you missed the Ham for Histories? That's okay. I mean, you know, good things come and go. Good things come and go. And it may come back one day. I just felt it was like breaking up the flow of the games that I was playing and stuff. You're amazed at how complicated typewriters are and how they function? There we go. All right. Ah, okay. That is very loose. It seems very easy to, I think we need something over that to lock in all the gears. Your mother was mortified when you were a kid and you took hers apart to figure out how it worked? Oh my, yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine. Maybe because I had Lego, I didn't really feel the need to try to take too many things apart. Okay. So... there we go. All right. No, actually, that's probably is the best way to do it. Get those in. then this one. There we go. All right. So that should lock all of that in now. Okay, this is kind of neat. You can see this slowly compressing here. And then every time I hit this, it's going back. Because this is functioning like a rocker. That's pretty neat. I think it needs some more weight on various parts to push it some more, but that's really neat so far. Okay, next up. One by 3 tiles. And 1 by 2 by 2 slopes. You really want this build? It's really nice so far, but also very complicated. It's very, very complex. So much less complex when you just have some bricks to put on. You're fascinated by the old store registers, the ones that with the push buttons and the numbers that pop up? Alright, let's get that on and that on. And 1 by 8. There we go. Complicated stuff keeps you off the street and out of jail. Yeah, I'm into Lego so that I'm not spending money on drugs. Not sure which is cheaper, though. Alright, there we go. Okay. I believe that this is going to be on the back. Some 1 by 10 plates. When you have drugs, you can imagine you built it. Yeah, but it's not as much fun as actually building it. I'd much rather actually build it. You do draw the line at the $2,500 Starscream statue. Good lord. I thought my hobby was expensive. I've bought some, I've purchased some expensive, Japanese figures before, but they don't usually exceed 3 digits. Unless they're calculated in yen. Well, unfortunately, LEGO is not going to be releasing Starscream. That is flat out a Transformers character that they will not be doing. I think there's a $1 million Magic the Gathering card Is that one of the Moxes? Or, what's the other super early one? Black Lotus, yeah, maybe, but I was thinking more of, like the Infernal Deal or whatever it was. I can't remember. The One Ring card from the Lord of the Rings set? Okay, that's ridiculous. Like, what, do they only produce one? I love the person who used a, I'm pretty sure fake, Black Lotus to save money, use old Magic cards for tokens in D&D. And they used a Black Lotus. Beautiful troll bait right there. Oh, yep, ads are in progress. Okay, we got that on. Technic 2x6. I gotta let me look at this this statue. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Oh, is that like fake Lego? Yeah, that is. I think I remember that. I was expecting the really expensive Starscream. Yeah, unfortunately, ads are going to happen. Ads are going to happen. I need to find a better way to alert myself during these streams, actually. Luckily, it's not like this is a stream with boss fights. Story that you might be missing. That kind of thing. The ads are the boss fight. And I think you can pop out the stream, and you can continue watching when the ads play. It's a One Ring card that was bought for $2 million. Good lord. Why? Like, what? Why is it so rare? Like, why is it so expensive? Is it rare? Maybe the Technic stuff will be a boss fight. It can be. It is pretty complex. It is pretty complex. Alright, there we go. They made only one ring, unlike Lego. Did they really do that? Only one card? That's crazy. That is crazy. Glad that you have a small collection of Spellfire cards. I know a guy who's like trying to figure out the artists on all of them because not all of them are credited. I think early Magic cards were also not credited for artwork. Okay, so there's that. Some people have too much money on their hands, really. I got no problem with people collecting things that they enjoy and having the money to do so. But if you're spending $2 million on a single Magic the Gathering card, you probably have too much money. Probably, yes, probably. I mean, they could give just a tiny bit of that to me, and I would be very comfortable. Like, that's the kind of crazy thing. Alright, there we go. Okay, that goes... Alright, so... that goes there. And... that goes there. Alright. So this is going to be the base of the carriage. I came in with, what was it? Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, Revised. Is that the correct order? Because I think I came in with Revised then as well. Blessed by not caring about collecting any collecting stuff. That's true. Yeah, I think I came in with Revised then as well. And I got out around Weatherlight. Yeah, 93 sounds right. Sometime around Fallen Kingdoms and Ice Age. Do remember thems. I need to try to sell my cards. I really, really do. And that requires me to get them out and catalog them and see if they're actually worth anything. And that sounds like work. Hey, Bahamut, want any super duper old cards that are probably not playable anymore? Huh? 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 Deep inhale. There we go. Oh. Ah. Okay, so every time it types, it's gonna rock. There needs to be some more weight there. And there probably will. Okay. Spare parts, we got a black friction pin, a gray Technic pin, a white 1L beam, and a yellow half bushing. Is there a bell piece? I don't think there will be. I do have this. This is from a carousel set. There we go. You're doing the heavy breathing cat gif right now at the mechanics of this build. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Okay. So it doesn't come back hard enough, and I don't know if that is because it's not done yet. Or if I did something wrong. That's my worry, is that I may have done something wrong. You got some Commodore 64 games that you think are rather valuable these days, but you never sell them? Yeah, Zerfall collects C64 and other old computer systems and games and stuff. How do you get keys to stick with just one key? So I think that it's because the build isn't done yet. That maybe there's not enough weight on it or something. That is my guess. All right, let's see. By threes. Oh no, it's disappeared. I used to have a 386 SX, but I had to get rid of it. It was taking up space. It didn't work anymore properly, and I would have needed to do a lot of work to get it working. I do still have the hard drive. Hey, it's like Christmas over there, huh? We have things I didn't know about? Sweet. Ooh, bottom of the basement stairs to the left. All right. I'll go get a payday-style heist going. Oh, that's a... Gave your C64 and accessories away to a Danish museum? Nice. That's very generous. Oh, and we do actually want those 1x4s. Yeah, so it always depends on what's wrong with them, but there's all kinds of ways to repair stuff like that. Like, even if it's something like a dead chip, you can get modern replacements and stuff like that. Because, like, a lot of those old machines run on, like, 8088 chips and stuff like that, or that family of chip. And there's a heck of a lot of stuff today that still runs on 8088s. Like, those are still manufactured and available. For example, I mean, the C64 is too old for that, but the point stands. There are oftentimes replacement chips, modern versions of them made by hobbyists sometimes, stuff like that. Yeah, I was just using that the 8088 as an example because that in particular is extremely prolific. You have a fridge magnet for NES repair. You called the number recently, and surprisingly, it's not a sex line yet. So, like, this is actually kind of relevant because, like, a lot of banks still run old COBOL systems for their banking, their internal banking systems because it works. Like, and to redo it all would be extremely expensive and not even necessarily, like, be successful, because anytime, like, you can't just, like, rewrite a code base very easily. It would very likely, you'd introduce all kinds of new bugs, and I mean, there's a reason why Windows is still ultimately, like, has a lot of the original code from way back when still in it, because yeah, it's just like recreating all of that with all of what has gone into it over the years to get it working the way that it needs to is extremely difficult and extremely expensive, and if it ain't broke, why fix it? Like, if the whole thing goes down and fails, then they might need to do something like that, but if it doesn't, why? Why would you? And that's kind of where we are at with the Social Security system in the United States and the 19-year-olds who think that they're going to rewrite the whole system in a couple weeks. It's not going to work, and it's going to be bad. Very, very bad. Click on, we're talking about Social Security. Yeah, sounds about right. Well, it was relevant, at least. It came up. Alright, that goes in there. Like, I don't usually try to delve into that kind of thing, but when it comes up, it comes up. Oh no, don't apologize. That's fine. I'm not, like, it is very relevant to topics we were talking about, and it's important. No, don't be. It's just one of those things of, like, You see them talking about it, and anyone who knows anything about the I used to work in outsourced IT. I don't think we had anything to do with banks, but we had like tons of other clients, some of whom were really old, like old companies, old agencies. I mean, I'd work at American Petroleum Institute. I did remote work for U.S. Chamber of Commerce, stuff like that. So, like, they all ran really old systems because it did the job, and you don't change what's working. So seeing these people talk about doing that is just very much a... That is the appropriate sound to make as well. Like, it kind of gets to, you know, if you see school systems running old software and things like that for their systems and companies, like, big retailers running old software for their systems, again, because it's like, you don't change what's working in a way that oftentimes will fundamentally break everything. Modernizing an existing platform usually means adding new modern bugs and breaking solid existing features beyond repair. Exactly. And when you're talking about, like, financial related stuff, that's like, I mean, it's one thing, like, you know, if you're running a personal database to keep track of your budget, your personal budget, your household budget. If it breaks and you have to start over again, you don't have a comparatively large amount of data that you need to re-input and stuff like that. It sucks. You're gonna be annoyed, but it's like not that big of a deal. When you're talking about large companies or agencies with millions, if not billions, of records. Yeah. Ah, my root beer is all done. So many organizations still require things like Windows 98 XP because the proprietary software the org needs doesn't run on modern OS. Yeah. And there isn't a good replacement because a lot of that stuff ended up being custom built. There's a reason why IBM wrote an emulator for their ancient systems to run on their modern servers. And the reason isn't because they thought it's fun. Yeah. On day 2 of being home with us, decided that Aloo Patak spicy potato stew was delicious. We suspect she was probably living behind an Indian restaurant. Never seen a cat so demanding of human food. That's adorable. I have a friend who'd probably get a kick out of that. Alright. Let's get that in there. Okay, fill these in. I mean, animals have different tastes, just like people. Alright, let's see. 1x3s, 1x2s, and 1x2 inverted slopes. On your way home, you saw 2 cats. One of them was black. She meowed. What were they, like, feral cats? Or were they outdoor cats? Outdoor cats, got it. Yeah, my father, some of his kitties that he had over the years were strays that he picked up. All right, let's see. Okay, bracket, 1x2, 1x6, and 1x4 tile, and that goes right there. And it goes right there again. All right. Two by four tile, 2x4 tile. 1x2 tile, and 1x2 tile there. All right. Nice smooth top there. All right, inverted curved slope. One by three, 1x2, 1x2 inverted slope, 1x6, 1x1. And we need that, and to get that there. 1x3, 1x2, and a black 1x1 Technic brick there. All right. That is going right there. This is a little flexible, but it's kind of to be expected there. Can you imagine telling the Dutch engineers in 1949, oh yeah, people will still be building things with these in 2025? Ah, but they weren't Dutch, they were Danish. That completely changes it. I'm kidding. I mean, the interesting thing is that, like, it's kind of like video games. There's this element of many of the people who grew up with these things never outgrew them. So it was widely thought that it would just be a kid's toy kind of thing, kind of forever. And then it turned out that, nope. No worries. when my family went to Europe in '92, we stopped at. We visited Norway because that's where we had some family, and then we went to France because that's where we also had some sort of family, and then we went to the UK because we spoke the language and could explore it and everything like that. But we specifically went to Denmark and Billund because of my love of Lego. There we go. All right. So, very nice. Very nice lines on there. Spare parts. Red and white 1x1 plates and a gunmetal gray 1L beam. Okay. So let's flip that around again and get out bag number 9. Gotta rig the system to work on your computer's keyboard. Alright, large plates. Let's go ahead and set these aside. Ooh, tires. Fun fact that I'm sure has come up before. Lego is the world's #1 producer of tires by volume. By number of tires, I should say, volume-wise. Sweating looking at the build so far, imagining if something was wrong and you'd have to take it apart. Yeah. I'm not liking that idea either. That is definitely making me nervous as well. I mean, I'm eventually going to take it apart just to take it apart, and I'm not looking forward to that either. It's like, oh boy. I mean, they are rubber. I mean, I suppose they might be plastic, but they're probably rubber. Artie can take it apart from me. Speaking of, did I get that bookshelf set? Oh, you got a bookshelf. Got it. Yeah. Sorry, I was misreading that. I need ever more shelving. Ever more shelving. Go, and Yep, that goes right on there. They got you a desk for Christmas one year that half the fun was putting it together. Was that fun or fun? Sometimes those furniture pieces are kind of not well instructed, shall we say. As a Dungeon Master, Ald, would you consider a dropped bag of Lego to be Caltrops +2? No. No. Most of the pain comes from the emotion knowing that you may have just broken some pieces. See, when I was a little kid, I would lay out a town street in my room on the floor in my bedroom, and then at night I had to, I'd have to turn off the light and then walk through the streets to get to bed in the dark. And there is nothing as soul-sucking as the feeling of stepping on a Lego signpost and hearing it break under your foot, and realizing it could have been prevented. It was quite complicated, but in a good way, apparently. I get that. Alright, and then we get the tires. These are classic tires. These tires have been around for a very long time. These smooth tires. The hubs, since the mid-'80s only. I was my own Godzilla, yeah. Those signs were fragile, and it sucked because they were really awesome. I loved those signs. They do not make Lego signs like those anymore, and I broke a few of them. They did do replacement parts back then, but I didn't actually know about it. Could have gotten so many things replaced. You'd argue stepping on a spiky piece of Lego and feeling it drilling into your foot is at least as much soul-sucking, if not more. Nope. It's similar, because it's a waltz. This is a waltz, and that was a waltz as well, and they're very, very specific. This is stuff from EU4 and Victoria 2. You said I don't like Technic vehicles, and you were thinking, where are the wheels? There's some wheels in here, too. It was more like a 5-minute waltz, actually. Yeah, you can basically instantly recognize a waltz. Oops, turn that around, and that goes in right there. So much theater dancing. I have never taken dancing lessons. I don't need to. Because I'm never going to dance, that's why. Jazz tapping ensemble. Not from me. Howdy, SD-Were. How's it going? What am I building? This is the Ideas Typewriter, as it says in the video description. Is Quiet trying not to get flashbacks to the film Dirty Dancing? Why wouldn't you want flashbacks to the film Dirty Dancing? Nobody puts Baby in a corner. Alright, let's see. Okay, that is off. Oh, actually, that. Yep, that clicks in there. There's a click hinge in there, I guess, to lock that in. I mean, it's almost done. I'm working on this is the back part right now. Yeah, it's a pretty small typewriter actually. It does not have a full keyboard. Close to it, but not quite. But it is just a Lego model after all. And get our clips. Yes, not a rogue AI, exactly like that. All the Technic stuff is extremely expensive. How it goes together, some real proper engineering. Yeah, it is impressive these days. There we go. Get that clipped in there. I mean, I do have some older Technic vehicles with like full drivetrains and stuff like that. Oh, impressive. Got it. Well, it tends to be expensive too. Okay. On here with that flap, and on here. Actually, not sure if they've done gray flags before. I need to think about that. There we go. Expensive is just part of the Lego experience. Yeah, and it's gonna get worse. Okay. And a dark gray seat right there above the wheels, clearly. Two by 4 tiles. We got 1x1 peak slopes in gray. There we go. Don't step on the flags tonight. Yeah, well, luckily they beefed up the clips on these, so they're not as fragile as they used to be. Those I've also broken quite a few on. Not from stepping on though. Okay, let's put that aside for the moment. So, let's see. System in play, something beneath that. So we're getting a bit of a logo on here. But that would require me to get out the stickers. What if I step on the typewriter once it's done? I think it's engineered well enough that I would probably hurt myself rather than it. Alright, and then flip it over. And there we go. And that goes on right there. There we go. Alright, spare parts. We got sand green 1x1 plate, black 1x1 tile, gray 1x1 peak slope, white old style hub, and thin smooth tire for the said hub. Must be modeled after an IBM thing after all. It might be. Like, I don't think it's supposed to be a specific model, but yeah, I mean, they're definitely taking inspiration from specific typewriters, I think. Alright. Bag number 10. You can build almost anything. I mean, certainly model-wise. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? Lego is not strong enough to build an actual physical house that you could live in. Got some more tires. Got some orange hubs. Gunmetal gray half barrel. Also, this is actually a Fabuland piece, which is pretty neat. Yes, even if you use glue. Lego bricks are strong, but they're still plastic. They're going to deform under a lot of weight. All right, we got lots and lots of 4x4 cylinder bricks. Set those aside because they are taking up a lot of the space here. There are a lot of them. Good lord. That is a lot. There we go. Alright. 2x2 bricks with garage door grooves. What is the topic today? Kind of whatever comes up. Tried to do some airplanes last time and failed miserably. Just got to keep working at it. Like, that's the fun thing about Lego is trying to build something and tinkering with it until you get it right. What is the current song that's playing? This is from the Europa Universalis 4, Songs of the New World, and the track is called The Hunt. Does always kind of remind me of, like, what's the... God, it is right on the tip of my tongue. Last of the Mohicans. Okay, so we need the 1x4 with studs over here, and 3 1x1s with studs here, here, and here, and a cross-axle hole. Right there. The movie. I've never read the book. And specifically the Michael Mann movie. What's one's thoughts on a Stellaris megacorp that practices, preaches environmental capitalism, and gives great employee citizen benefits? I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've played Stellaris, so I don't really know what they've done to like megacorps and stuff. 2x4 over here, and 4 2x2 cylinder tiles with open centers. Like, I have a castle that I built a while back, and I built the whole castle. It was like 75% done, and I just wasn't happy with it, so I tore it all down entirely and started fresh. And I'm so much happier with it. It's just one of the fun things to do with Lego is build out something, and if you're not happy with it, you can just take it apart and build something else. And the second one fell into the swamp. No, the second one is actually still together after about 25 years, give or take, actually. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Like, it could still use some work. There's still a lot that I would like to do with it. It helps if the axle is actually turned appropriately. Oops. Not that yet. Okay. Where's the... There we go. Alright, so we get these Technic connector elements. There we go. Oh, we are actually using... I thought that this was an extra one in case one of them broke. But no, we are actually using the 32L axle. Okay. Black bushings on the end. It is easier to get the first one, both of them on the same end. Alright, 3x3 pulley, which they've used these as wheels before, and they actually have a rubber tire for them. They're a really fun piece. One of the sets that I'm thinking of trying to kind of recraft has clear ones of these. I don't know if LEGO still produces clear ones, but it's tempting. I'm not doing it because they're clear, though. I would be doing it because I think it's a cute set. Alright. 4x4 cylinder bricks. A sand green 2x2 cylinder plate. 2x2 macaroni tiles. Do I design anything for the LEGO company? No, I don't. They have a team of model builders. And they actually tend to credit, like, they used to not really credit the model builders, but they've actually started doing that. And, like, for example, I'll scroll back through here. We are on 212. So this set in particular was designed by... So this is an ideas set. So this was submitted to LEGO Ideas, the website, and then it won. And that designer was Steve Guinness. And then the LEGO Ideas staff who worked on it were James May, Wes Talbot, and Martin Fink. So those were the people who took that model and then made it appropriate for selling for LEGO. Okay, so we have that. Now let's get one of the wheels on here. Howdy, Kinshire, how's it going? I am most definitely not good enough to design for LEGO. I'm not... And that's not like a criticism of myself, it is just the truth. Alright, so there we go. Alright, 9 4x4 cylinder bricks. Nope, this is all Paradox soundtracks. Europa Universalis 4 and Vicky 2. But I mean, obviously they do some of the stuff in the vein of major composers. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. There we go. So we got 9 4x4 cylinder bricks stacked. Great Nephew has not decided if he is an early bird or a night owl, so he's trying both. Okay, there we go. Slot that on. There we go. Get another wheel. There we go. Oh, I should have gotten a sheet of paper. Also, looks like an ad is about to start in a minute. I may step away for just a moment at that point and get a sheet of paper. Alright, where is the 2x2 cylinder tile? Did I put one somewhere where we didn't need... Yeah, I did. Alright. Didn't need it there. Nope. There we go. Alright, get that on, and then a 3x3 pulley. There we go. Okay, and then that goes in there. Random idea you had for a Stellaris Civ because of 2 people in this chat. Storm chasing, worshipping space dragons. Okay, so that explains what these are for. They're basically the guides for the paper. Okay, ads are in progress, so I am going to step away for just a moment and go get a sheet of paper, just so I can try running it through this once it's done. I meant to do that before we started, but, so I will be right back. Okay, back with a sheet of paper for later. So we can try running it through, because that's why there's tires here. That's why we have these tires, to give it grip that the regular bricks wouldn't. Okay, let's see. Get some side stud bricks on here. Okay, we got brushed silver 2x2 curved slopes. There we go. Okay, and on this side, macaroni tiles, 1x1 tiles. All brushed silver. Shame Mad Martin isn't here for all the sand green. Yeah. It just means more for me, though. It's all mine. He gets none. You can tell him I said that. Okay, there we go. So we got chrome silver on that end. All right, Mr. Wolverine, have a good rest of your night. Thank you very much for coming on out, and I hope you have a good night. Okay, I need 4L axle with stop. A connector. Fun thing about this connector, I don't know for sure what they created it for, but the first use I remember was in 9-volt switches. Basically, it is the switch for train. Yeah, like that. All right. And that goes in right there. All of the ice in my water is melted. I should have gotten some more. Should have gotten some more water too when I stepped away. Well, I will survive. Maybe. Two by four. Another pair of macaroni, chrome macaroni tiles. And a 1x1 quarter cylinder. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah. No, a studless look is good. In general. I actually prefer a studded look for Lego Technic, which is one reason why I don't like the modern Lego Technic that much. Okay, so we have the half barrel gunmetal gray, 2x2 cylinder brick, and a 3x3 cylinder tile. Snotty indeed. It is the snot look. There we go. So our paper feeder. Okay, on the underside, I'm pretty sure LEGO internally uses snot as well, but I'm pretty sure that they do not use that in publications. I think a pretty significant number of current LEGO model builders grew up in the online LEGO community, so... Yeah, I mean, like, if they're talking casually, I think they will, but I don't think they would use it in a publication. Alright, there we go. Okay, this whole thing... flips on through there to there. Howdy up, Cody. How's it going? What is Barnyard? Okay, get that on there. One by two and a 1 by 2. And then 2 by 2 curve slopes. Why not both? All right, and then here as well. There we go, and there we go. All right. Flip it over, and we put boat studs on the underside. There we go. Okay. And this goes in right here. All right. Spare parts, we got a black Technic bushing, a gray 1L beam, brushed silver 1x1 tile, and brushed silver 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. Ah, I got it. Okay, bag number 11. This is the last bag. So I might do a quick thing after we're done, just to fill out the rest of the stream, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. It is very hot, and I am very tired, so... Will this typewriter have rabbit ears? Is that something to hold paper? I don't think so. I only know rabbit ears for in reference to TVs. Alright, macaroni. And macaroni. And a 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles right there. And right there. Oh, I'm not worried about my health. It's just more of a question of, would I want to continue? It would just be a little set. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Alright, so there's that. We get an 8L axle in red. This is the number 1 connector. And they have a new number 7 connector now, which is neat. And there's also, like... Do we have any of the other connectors out here? No. We put some in. But basically, like, one is straight across, is just the one part. I think 2 is straight angle, so basically 180 degrees. And then you've got, like, I think 3, 4, and 5. No, it would be just like that. 2 angles there, and then that. Something like that. I can't remember the exact number. But they have a very shallow angle now that's new. And they also have some that are like multiple angles on here. Do I have any others? Like this, and this kind of thing. And that's pretty neat. That's all like new this year, I think. Or new in the last year or so. Chatting in one stream while streaming on your own channel. Get the tooth element on here. That is really tight. There we go. 1x1 axle bricks to keep it from moving. There we go. Get another tooth element. There we go. 1x2 plate. And the other connector. Ah, no. Okay, so I have that lined up there. That's wrong. There we go. There we go. All right. Technic half pin. Technic half pin. There we go. Bahamut's doing a thing. Oh my god, a thing. Okay, so get it like that. There we go. Okay, red corner plates. Maybe he's actually holding a Norse communal gathering. Maybe that's what's going on. No, you said a thing. That's a Norse communal gathering. No take backsies. That'd be a moot point. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Okay, and then we get the flex tube. Try our best to center a pair of 1x1 cylinder plates. It's centered-ish. Bahamut doing Bahamut things? I don't know. I mean, if you're doing a Norse public gathering, that sounds like you're doing an Odin thing. Sounds like an Odin thing to me. I don't know. Okay. So they're not quite flat. That's okay. I don't mind that. Not sure if there's anything that we can do to like change that anyway. Getting good curves out of flex tubing can be tough. Aha. Aha. All right. So 12 of these. Okay. 2. that's 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you do, Darkwood? You made another poor financial decision. Did you order the Shire? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Monday, you hit up a Lego store nearest you. You nabbed you a red dragon's tail. Nice! Nice. That's good. I mean, you gotta get them before the tariffs hit. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There we go. Yeah, that's a good set. That's a really good set. I enjoyed building it. I still have it on display. Well, not exactly on display, but I have it put together on a shelf. There we go. You haven't anywhere to put it? You found one place, but you need to get an end table to put there? Just stack up some books or something. It's fine. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Shire gets to wait. Not falling for the fear of missing out offer. You mean their gift with purchase? But it's Smeagol and Deagle. No, I get that. And there will be other gifts with purchase. Ones that I think look nicer as well. Not to say that it looks bad, it's just... There have been gifts with purchase that are like, ooh, that's really nice. And then there are ones that are like, eh. I mean, it's free. It's free Lego, so... Like, I think it's cute, but it's nothing to write home about. Okay. Right. So that is turned that way. There we go. All right, so that's half of them. Get the other half in here. Got 4 Series 27 minifigures. The store clerk even said he could go through them with your scanning app as long as you were out of the way. He predicted that you would not find any Beastmasters because others have asked about them, and he was right. Yeah, you need to hit a store right after they get a shipment in. My recommendation is actually Barnes & Noble. Any other store that carries them that it's not obvious that they carry them, that's also a good choice. Some really weird Terminator fingers. Well, you know, I mean, it's the man with 12 fingers. I don't know how it gets them so close on the instructions. I'll figure it out. Okay. Let's see. Can I get these any closer to each other? Oh, okay. The clips are going in there, not on the bar. All right. Come on. Can I see well enough? Are these slightly... They're not really turned. Alright, maybe it would be easier to do it looking at from the front. Not sure where the closest Barnes & Noble is anymore. You did get a bunch of the D&D minifigs at a bookstore called Second and Charles. Didn't notice until you'd hit checkout that they were marked up $2. I mean, like, if it gets you the ones that you want, like, that might be a good place to go take a look to see if they have the Beastmaster. Could this step have been done sooner? Kinda. One of these feels turned slightly. There we go. Nope, I think it would be better doing it from the back. Ooh, alright, that's too much. Alright. Okay, that is going too far. That is actually loose, I think. Not loose, actually. Alright. Does keep going over there, though. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's in. It feels loose, but I think that's just because of the limited connection types. Okay. A 9 and 2 7s, so that looks like that's the, yeah, that's the 9 and 2 7s. The ratio of keys to hammers is a bit off. Yeah, it's not really a working typewriter. I think this is going to be the rabbit ears that you were talking about. Okay. Interesting element about the... So this is a 4L half beam with a section on the end. And the interesting thing about this is that it has notches in it so that you can put it in between studs. But also, it has a cross-axle hole. But the cross-axle hole is only on half of the depth. See, it spins freely here, but then you push it in far enough and it catches. It's a weird design. It's always been kind of a weird design. I don't know why it's designed specifically like that. Not as a complaint or anything. Yes, it is made of a half bucket. Oh no, this is just to get the... let's see. Turn it around. There we go. So not a rabbit ear, just a paper guide. It's pronounced bouquet. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, actually. Pretty sure it's a joke, though. Alright. 1x2, 2x2 curved slope. There we go. Very old BBC sitcom. Ah, okay. Oh, Keeping Up Appearances. I've never actually seen it, but yes, I'm familiar with it. Okay. We have a box, and inside the box is the ribbon, which is basically just... I was wondering what it would be. I was actually not expecting it to just be standard fabric. Come on, get on there. There we go. So it's for the ribbon. Now, they've done two-tone type fabric before. Mostly where it's one side versus the other, I think. But yeah, the black and the red, just as a straight-up pair of colors is interesting, for sure. Yeah, the Halfling Druid, for example, has a reversible cape. There we go. Another 4x4 right on there. There we go. Alright, some corner bricks. There they are. And then another pair of the dark orange grooved bricks. Alright, 1x1 brackets, and a 1x2 tile slope. Right there. You could, yeah. I'm not sure, like... I mean, it lacks special characters, but... it's okay. Okay, 6 of these. I do like that making the typewriter now gives them this stock of the letters. I think that is nice because we saw that with the we saw those letters with the Titanic. Alright, this being a little bit more complex than I was expecting, like this part especially, definitely does look like we are going to be finishing up with minifigs at just about the right time to end the stream, so that's good. Alright, and then 6x6 radar dishes. There we go. Flip it over, and double axle friction pins. Are they friction pins? Yes. Double axle friction pins. There we go. Okay. Clip that in there, get that back through there. There we go. Doesn't go back down, and I'm not sure what the I don't know if that's something that I didn't do right or what. Yeah, I really do like the looks of it, for sure. We have the Titanic at home. Camera cuts to the bottom of the North Atlantic. The Titanic may not be there for much longer. It is disintegrating fast. Is it based on a specific model of typewriter? Not that we're aware of, because I think they would have needed to license it if so. That said, I'm sure that it, like some people have mentioned, it looks like certain IBM models. So I'm sure it's inspired by them. Okay, there we go. Alright, so spare parts. We've got 1x1 plates in gray and teal, 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud in gray, 1x1 half bushing in gray, and 1x1, just a half bushing, Technic half bushing in gray, and a Technic half pin in gray as well. Makes you wonder about all the shipwrecks from ancient Rome and Greece. So, those ships that we discover are oftentimes covered by sediment when we discover them. With the exception of ones in the Black Sea. The Black Sea is incredibly anaerobic, meaning there's very little oxygen in the Black Sea. It's almost like dead water. Very little lives in the Black Sea. So things get preserved very well in the Black Sea. The other stuff just gets silted over. That's why we discover it. Alright, so it's saying don't push it here, push it here. Alright, let's take the sheet of paper, which is going to be too big. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I think they said that the booklet had some, now that I think about it. Isn't that what they said last time? Oh, okay. You do have to pop it out, like tear it out. That is amazing, though. I don't know that I want to do that. Making our packaging more sustainable. So let's actually read what it says very carefully, because I might as well keep this intact. Dear LEGO friend, it gives me a great pleasure that this set, created by fan designer Steve Guinness and the LEGO Ideas team, has made its way to your desk. My great-grandfather and LEGO founder, Ole Kirk Christensen, was born in 1891, just a few years after the typewriter and telephone were invented. Both inventions revolutionized communication and played a big part in developing modern businesses across the globe. Ole's first typewriter sat on his desk when he founded the company. In 1958, my grandfather, Gottfried, typed the patent application on a typewriter much like this one for the LEGO system bricks you can find in this set. We still have documents on display in the LEGO House History Collection. Technology has evolved by leaps and bounds, but the sight and sounds of classic typewriters still remind me of visiting my grandfather and my father, Kjeld, in their offices when I was a child. It felt exciting and important, and they let me write stories and secret messages on their typewriters. One thing remains the same to this day. We aim to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow, and it always amazes me how fans and LEGO Ideas designers express their creative talents with LEGO bricks. Keep rebuilding our world, always. Kind regards, Thomas Kirk Christensen. That's very nice, and it's in lots and lots of different languages. Lots and lots and lots of different languages. So you've got Japanese there. Korean. There's a little code at the bottom to indicate... Did I not see Arabic? Did I just miss Arabic? Let's see. Oh, that was like the second one. Because after English, it's in, yeah. Right. So let's see. English American, Arabic, Bulgarian, Chinese Simplified, Chinese Traditional Hong Kong, Chinese Traditional Taiwan, Croatian, Czech, Danish, Dutch, English British, Estonian, Finnish, Flemish, French, French Belgian, French Canadian, Swiss French, German, Greek, Hebrew, Hungarian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Latvian, Lithuanian, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Brazilian, Portuguese, Romanian, Russian, Serbian Cyrillic, Serbian Latin, Slovakian, Slovenian, Spanish, Spanish Mexican, Spanish South American, Swedish, Turkish, and Ukrainian. Pretty solid list. Not a whole lot of African. Not Indian either, actually, I noticed. No Indian languages. So, spare parts, we got a flex tube and a 6L bar with stop. And let me actually, I'm going to fold this in half. We'll see how this goes through it. It's like the Rosetta Stone of the future. That's true, actually. Okay, maybe that's, maybe I need to do it a little bit narrower. It might actually be that, this is going to be too thick or something. Okay. Do I have scissors around here? I do. This would be easier to just tear out the sheet, since that's what it's designed for. But I want to keep it intact. I'm weird that way. All right, there we go. All right, no, it's. Let's do that. There we go. All right. There we go. So it's not perfect, but let's see. Home row. Home row includes backspace on this one. Yeah, there's no counterweight on it. So I'm not sure if I did something wrong or not. Like, I feel like it needs a rubber band around here going back in there to pull it back. Because there's no back pulling action on it. Oop. What is going to be the easiest ones? Howdy, Poopinell. How's it going? Okay, there. We got some more going. Yeah, there definitely needs to be a rubber band on it, I think. Love the build, not sure about the final product. I mean... Again, I don't know if I did something wrong. I'm not super great with modern Technic, so there's that. But... part of it is that is whether it looks good. And it does look good. It does look really good, I think. And there's always an element of, like, having it sort of work. So, yeah. I think they, like, the one thing is that having something to pull the pull it back when it goes up, I think that's really what it needs. Other than that, later, hey, what's this piece by my feet? So this is some sort of switch. I'm not sure what. Oh, black and red. Okay, whether we're doing black or red ink. Understood. The other day you were looking around online for info about a game you've been playing that hit NSO's classic library recently, and one of the results you came across was a video with my name on it. I would hope so. I have a lot of those. What game was it? I do have a lot of videos. You know, just like a casual 16,000 videos, I think. Uncharted Waters, New Horizons. Ah, I'm surprised that I came up, considering that there's like Zerfall and Bobo the Vulture have played that a heck of a lot more than I have. And I only did one campaign of that. Alright, but, I mean, overall, it does look really good. And that's, honestly, that's the important thing about, you know, about the LEGO models. Like, it looks like a typewriter that you could definitely put it on that. Yeah, I'm glad it was session 1 and not one of the other sessions, because better to have people come into the beginning rather than the near the end or something. All right, but that is the typewriter. I do like it. I do really like it. The build is very complex, and that's why I think that I might have just screwed something up. Like, it feels like there should be something to pull this back, and I don't know if I did something wrong on that. But, like, honestly, I mean, it would require taking stuff apart, but I could definitely see, like, put a half bushing down here and get one of the tiny rubber bands going from there to back to there. That would probably do it right there. That would probably do it right there. All right, but that is the typewriter. See if we flip it over. Oh, gravity pulls the carriage. Alright, well, let's put it up there. Maybe they forgot a rubber band. It wouldn't be the first time they forgot something. There wasn't anything in the instructions for it. And I think that they would have instructions for contacting them and getting corrections if they did do something like that. Alright. Go ahead and snooze the ads. I'll probably run an ad during the time to put in stuff. Let's go ahead and get some minifigs going. Okay. Let's get my dice out. Alright, D20. I need to re-roll. That was a 19. It's probably too high. 8. Alright. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Alright, I'm actually going to go just run an ad right now. Alright, pull that out. Let's see. Vigistry, 9. That is the Tiger Lady. 9 for Not a Rogue AI as well. 6 for Ice Oven. That would be Brundlefly. 5 for Bahamut. That would be the Plant Man. 11 for Abcody. That would be the skeletal costume, which there may not be anymore. I'm not sure. Go ahead and roll for myself. 15, that would be Brickfoot, but I'm not sure if there are any more of him either. Howdy, little bunny. Guessing begins with a Minotaur typing class instructor. Alright, get your predictions in. Let me go ahead and get my thing up. There we go. Get that all ready up. Okay. And I'll wait until the ads finish before we run again. The only thing that we have not gotten out of this set is the Tiger Lady. We've gotten everything else. So it's kind of surprising that we have not gotten that with so relatively few left. But it does happen. So go ahead and get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? My ads are about to start, but I just ran ads. What are you talking about, Twitch? Twitch is weird sometimes. Very, very weird. So there are 31 builds on the Twist of Nostalgia LEGO Ideas Challenge. So I'm going to have quite the competition. Predixon Lithid. Okay, you can do that, Mad Martin, but then you get no sand green. It's all mine. It's all mine. All right, predictions are closed, but I'm going to wait until the ad finishes just in case anyone has an ad right now. and we'll see what is inside the minifig pack. Just take all the Maersk Blue. Haha! I don't have any Maersk Blue on hand right now. You can take all of the Maersk Blue in this set. All right. Predictions are closed, and the ad break is stopping. So let's see if I can guess what is inside the minifig pack. And go. All right. You rated my Lego. That's rude. Is this what I think it is? Did we finally get it? I think we did. I think we did. 13.89. I think we finally got the Tiger Lady. You rated my Lego vault? Good luck with that. You haven't seen how terrible it is in sorting shape and everything. It's pretty bad. Even I don't know where my Maersk Blue is right now. Oh my god, that means you took it! Oh, that's going to be a pain in the butt to find there, but here we go. All right, so, once again, 13.89. That is the final minifig from that set. Let's choose the outcome. Within 20 seconds, complete the prediction. Who is getting the hams? Bahamut, Kinshir, and Vigastry getting all the hams. Very nice. Lord Canis, Abcody, Isov, and Gildatung going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. All right. We have gotten the Tiger Lady. No dual printed head. I love the hairpiece. And she's a real kitten with a whip. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in on her. Give me just a second. Where's my mouse cursor? There's my mouse cursor. Okay. And zooming on in we go. All right. There we go. So we got bright orange for her body. The ears are actually yellow. I like the haircut. The kind of curl at the end, selfie haircut here. It's very, very cute. And she is a kitten with a whip. Although, isn't this Tabby? I mean, I guess it's Tigery, not Tabby. Alright. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. Too long for selfie? Well, yeah, but it's the same kind of hairstyle. Alright. We have gotten the Tiger Lady, and that is it for that set. Alright, we will be starting something new next week. Alright. So, Lego Movie. Let's go ahead and roll. Not really Leonin, no. No, not really Leonin. Alright, 2. So we're going over here. Let's roll a d12. And 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright. I guess we could have rolled the d20. That's okay. Alright, let's start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? So, we have not gotten Miss Scratch and Post, Construction Lady, Robo Secretary, Taco Tuesday Guy, and the Mermaid. So those are the ones that we have not gotten. Get your predictions in. You got it this time for sure. Stuttelheim Rhinebeck the Third. Yeah, but what about Stuttelheim Rhinebeck the Fourth? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that this is a woman in a costume, Bahamut. Alright, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Guess 2 is a Minotaur correctional fluid maker. Ew. Alright, get your predictions in. Oh, man. Alright, 40 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. An Elithid with a Maersk blue robe. It's very specific. It's very specific. How did he get the Maersk blue robe? That's what I want to know. Tinker Gnome Economist, True Mad Science. Well, it'd be more accurate than people out there today. Stole it. All right. 3 for Not a Rogue AI. Oh, yeah, I should actually roll. 1. All right. Another Robo Madame. 16 for Ab Cody. I think Vigistry also got 16. 10 for Ice Sovereign. That would be the barista. All right. Predictions are closed. Let's go ahead and go. All right, what do we got? Nope. All right. Narrows it down to 1 of 2. 1 of 2. I need to feel something else. Not that. Come on, I need to feel something else. Okay. 29.66. I believe that we have Wild West Wild Style. Oops. Sorry, kitten with a whip. There we go. And indeed it is. I felt the dress slope. Okay, so that is a mark there for number 4. And once again, 29.66. So let's see who is getting the hams. Choose the outcome, 20 to 50 seconds. Complete the prediction. And Lord Canis, Ab Cody, Isovan, Vigistry, and Gilded Tongue all getting the hams. Very nice. Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. 2 action ladies in a row, indeed. One with a corset. And one with a fan, and we all know how powerful fans are from my playthrough of Tactics Ogre. I had so much fun with that. That was so ridiculous, just having my main character equipped with a fan the whole time. It was so good. It was so overpowered. Oh, man. It was beautiful. All right. And now for the final minifig of the evening. All right, D6. All right, 6, so we're going down to the bottom. I got a D8 out, so We'll roll that. All right, 3 for 1 and 2 is 1, 2, 3 and 4 is 2. So there we go. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? We have gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, we've actually gotten 6. Let me re-roll. And I'm going to take these out. And we'll go to the bottom register at this point. And then I'll just slip these in as we go. Okay. So again, all right, 4 is still going to the bottom register. And this time I do need a D10. That was a 10, so I need to re-roll. That was a 10 again, I need to re-roll. Where are these when I need dice? So that is when I need damage. So that is a 9 for the final one. All right. So, start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? Get your predictions in. Get out my scale as well. Alright. So 4 is your roll for this one. That would be the Astronomy Kid. 2 for Bahamut. That would be the Beastmaster. 2 for Not-A-Rogue AI as well. 9 for Vigistry. That would be Cupid. Last guess is a Minotaur typing paper cutting machine operator. Leonin taste tester. Alright, get your predictions in. I should probably get the scanner up. There we go. Okay. Scanner's all up and ready to go. So go ahead and get your predictions in, everyone. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Dragon Master Knight. Could be. Could be. Oh, Duke Darkwood, are you going to try to submit anything for the LEGO Ideas Nostalgic Challenge? 9 for Abcody, that is the Cupid. Which version of TO was it? Oh, I was playing the PlayStation 1 version. That's what I LP'd. I did all of the paths. I didn't get to all of the missions because I needed to do a lot of, like, off-screen stuff, and that just fell by the wayside time-wise, and I never got around to it, unfortunately. All right, predictions are closed. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to shake it and make a guess. Did I see where you asked if I had a fantastic time in it? I mean, I love the game. I absolutely love the game. All right, it sounds like we got a lot of parts, so I'm going to go with the with number 12, the Steampunk Inventor. I'm going to roll afterwards, because I'm going to make sure that I get something different for the roll, at least. Oh, fantastic. Yes. Yes, I did. Only on one of the paths, though, unfortunately. 12. Yeah, see, like that. I want to... Just in case I'm wrong, then the die roll has a chance. So 11. So that is the Cat Fan. The reader of Cat Fancy magazine. Alright, 17.4. I mean, that could be either of those. Could be either of those, because they weigh the same. I'm going to say, though, that that is the Steampunk Inventor. So let me see if that is correct. Steampunk inventor? No! Jetpack racer! Oh no! Oh no! I'm wrong, and the weight was wrong. Alright, let's choose the outcome. That is a no! Complete that prediction. Alright, so who is getting the hams? Vigistry and Lel Bunny getting all of the hams. Very nice. Bahamut, yes with guess. Shield of Hope, Lord Canis, yes with die roll. Isov and Gildatung, yes with weight. Yeah, that one, like, we have 17.32, 17.55, 17.47, and 17.49 are my averages. So there are 4 minifigs that weigh very, very close to each other. And I was thinking it could be this one, but... You know, I probably should have given a different weight for it. Let's actually mark this down so we do not forget. There we go. Let's make him grin. It's a very interesting helmet as well. Take a look at the Jetpack Racer in a second. Spare parts, red 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and black 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. Okay, we will definitely raid her in a moment. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Have I seen what they did with the telescope kid? What do you mean, the arm? Alright, let's zoom in. So, really interesting dual-molded helmet. Really interesting. He's got Octan on his pant leg. Be an interesting space figure as well. So he's got a face with a mouth covering and one without. All right. Very, very cool. The prosthetic hand? Yes. Yeah. I approve. I like that they did that. That's a cool piece, too. All right. So, I did mark that. That is going to bring us to a close tonight. That does finish up the Typewriter as well, which is a very good build. Functionality-wise is but pretty cool. Pretty cool otherwise. You know, I mean, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of the functionality, so what we got is pretty good as it is. But I do have a nagging feeling that I did something wrong with it. But we'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and get a raid going. Okay. She's playing some Daggerfall, so we will get on over there. I want to thank you guys for coming on out. And we will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We will be back on Monday for some more Suikoden 1 HD Remaster. Wednesday, back for some more Lego building. And Friday, we will be starting a new big thing. What that will be, you'll have to tune in and find out. But I shall see you guys next time. See you then, everyone.